teaching demands that a building shouldn't be constructed without a good foundation. Yes, we know the problem. If a building is constructed without proper foundation, if the foundation is for namesake, namesake, like like the conventional plan, what will happen? We all know. If we compromise that very planning that we do before teaching, it will be like a short change. Perhaps many of you may not know what is short change. Let me explain what it is. When we exchange money with others, well, we are very careful with our money exchanges. If we give 100 rupees and if we ask for a change, we want 100 rupees back. Even a 10 rupee, 20 rupees difference, it will hurt us. There will be a lot of hurting, and we will feel the pain, the prick in our mind when we lose something. Okay, so that's what is short change. When we exchange money, if the total value expected sum is not given, that is called short change. Yes, when we exchange money, we don't want any value to be lost. We are not happy to receive rupees 80 when we wanted and deserved rupees 100. As simple as that. If we happen to lose money, that is called short change. Okay, the English phrase short change has a great meaning. So when we impart learning, actually it's also an exchange between the teacher and the student. We should not miss anything, or we should not make anyone miss anything, because we are quite traditional and we believe only in age-old ways of doing things. There are people who say that, oh, I want only that, I don't want this technology, I am such a conventional person. But that thinking is detrimental, because we commit short changes then. Okay, somebody loses in the transaction. Of course, the person who loses most is the teacher himself, because he loses that opportunity to plan and deliver the lesson in a better way. What is the criteria for a good plan? If all the students, if 30 students are in a class, if only 10 students are engaged, that is not a good lesson, that's not a good class. If we can assure that 20 more students engage in the activity, learning activity, that means it's a better lesson. It's a better lesson plan. That comes out of planning only, not out of anything. No magic will happen without planning. Okay. Classroom management is improved. If there is a good plan, classroom management also gets improved, because we have already planned what to do. We will not lose any time. We will not wonder what to do. Everything is well arranged, systematic, coordinated. Even the lesson plan can be displayed in front of students. Okay, they can also see what is going to happen. Okay, if you want to be that open. Yes, so the lesson plan can be kept open in front of the students. That's no harm. Okay, that's what we are going to do. Because the plan consists of the sequence of activities that we are going to commit to, execute. Then the third point, the quality and quantity of the student learning gets naturally improved. Yes. Naturally, there is a better quality learning happening. Short-term and long-term results are focused upon. Now, we just sometimes say, okay, our target is to finish the class somehow, but the long-term goals are sometimes ignored, like skill development, for example. Yes, we need to just, after learning this lesson, what are these students going to gain out of it? Will they get any long-term benefits, or are they going to answer a few questions in the exam and finish the job? So a good lesson plan will ensure that not only the short-term but even the long-term goals are achieved. Next point, lesson planning will become more sequential in building skills. Yes, connected to the previous point, we can just sequentially arrange the development of skills pertaining to different subjects. It can vary. All right. So we need to develop simple skills first, then the complex ones. To make an example, I can say they must know what an advertisement is before making them understand what a poster is. Because a poster is the culmination of many things. So progressively speaking, in the case of English writing skills, I can say advertisement comes first, and commercial advertisements are there, and then from advertisements, if we move on to teaching what is notice, then they will just contrast and find out the difference between advertisement and notice. Okay, then from notice, if we just go to invitation, yeah, then they will understand what is invitation and what is notice. There is a difference, subtle difference. And from notice, if you just move to poster, you will understand that a poster is a culmination of all these previous three things. The next point is lesson planning will be more focused and tied to certain standards. Yes, it is just like standardizing the lessons. Okay, if all the department members come together and discuss, and it's just like standardizing. Okay, no, we'll just deliver equal kind of lessons across all the streams, across all the classes, and yes. For example, 9A, we will be teaching the same way as we teach in 9B. Not same. Sameness is not a philosophy to be encouraged. Sameness is damn boring actually. Variety is the spice of life. But that variety can be explored this way. When the ideas are shared, they are multiplied. Okay? So that way, we need to have certain standard. Not that we all stick on to the same traditional way and then we'll do only this. We will not cross the border like that. Okay, no teacher should stick on to that sort of sameness, philosophy of sameness. Rather, we can always resort to variety, but the variety can be just mixed up and then a further variety can be created. But still, if there is a strand, a thread that is connecting all these variety, and that's what is called standard. But it will, last point, it will be a fully integrated learning. Okay, that's what CBSE also wants. We can make our learning, teaching and learning more, integrated, in the sense other subject knowledge also can be integrated together with it if there is a proper plan. And now once again, let me summarize. A good plan should make more students engaged. That's the first point. Second thing is, classroom management will be more effective if there is a good dynamic plan. And then third is, quality and quantity of learning gets improved. Then short-term and long-term results are achieved. Skill development, things get standardized because you easily share your plan. Let me ask you a question. The conventional lesson plan, how many of us share with our colleagues? It may be dumped on the table and some people may just open, and then because of the kind of writing, and yes, nobody is interested in reading that. But a dynamic plan will open vistas of new knowledge and realizing, because it's very easy to read, even it's more user friendly. Okay, the last point I said is integration happens. Even all other subjects also can be integrated. See, an English teacher happens to read a physics lesson plan or maybe some other science plan, and then suddenly he or she can just find out that this concept is taught there. Now we can try to integrate that even with English lesson. Okay, as you have studied in chemistry class, okay, yes, you can relate it. That will make our teaching learning more colorful. And last, definitely it will become more futuristic. A dynamic lesson plan only has future. Okay, it is futuristic. So thank you very much.